I'd like to welcome back to Head Kick Audio for round number 2, Joseph Hurd. Man, I'm excited to have you back on the show. Again, thank you for letting me get the dogs out. We all know how that goes. But if I didn't trust me, they'd be crying. But look, man, last time we saw you was over at Sparta, Wyoming 5. You picked up the UD over, what's the kid's name? Jamaica, something like that?
Jamaica Fisher.
Mm-hmm. Jamaica Fisher. The AMI debut went smoothly. We got the unanimous decision win. And Sparta has entrusted you on putting you on one of their biggest cards of the year, if not their biggest card of the year. The Army versus Marines 12, which takes place the 26th, correct?
Yep, June 26th.
June 26th. And, dude, this is a stacked card. It's a huge deal, especially if you know anything about Sparta. This is a very, very big deal. And like I said, they've trusted you. They put you on this card. You're going to be fighting Daniel Aggrey, I think is how you pronounce his last name.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure.
Okay. Well, we're not interviewing Daniel. We're interviewing Joseph Hurd. And look, like I said, flyweight is my favorite division. If I were still competing, that's where I would be for sure. Right now, we're floating around middleweight, sometimes light heavyweight. I like to stay super heavyweight. But look, man, this is another step in your career. We're looking to go 2-0. You look to be in phenomenal shape. Look at them guns, man. You're yoked over there. So how are we feeling after the win and ready to get back to action? Where's the mentality? Where are we physically? How are things going for you, sir?
Things are going good. I learned a lot from that my debut. A lot. Like, it didn't go any way I thought it was gonna go. It was just completely different than what I thought. I went into the mindset that it was like just another wrestling match in a way, and it's a whole different world. I'm glad I got out of it with a W, even though I felt like I came out of it with an L, just the way like my body felt. But hey, man, to get a W and all those lessons, I'm grateful for that.
Well, absolutely. And like I said, what does it mean to you that the promotion, gave you a fight on one of their biggest cards of the year? Because I mean, that's fucking huge.
Yeah. No, I'm thankful for that. I wanted to fight on the last one in May, but I had weddings back home in Wisconsin, so I was just like, it's not a good time. I'll probably be drinking over there. So I was like, I'll wait it out. And then I asked my coach to see. I didn't know the June one was gonna be the biggest one, but I planned like probably in March, April, that like June would probably be the best time where I can definitely get a fight in. So yeah, I'm glad they put me on this since it's the biggest one for them.
Well, and they couldn't have chose a better division, right? Because of course I'm extremely fucking biased. Okay, the flyweights are just the best in the world, in my opinion. You guys have the cardio, you guys have the technique. You know what I mean? You guys just don't fucking go away, and it makes for a truly amazing fight on both sides. So, talk to me about Daniel. What does this guy do well that we got to keep an eye on?
I didn't really, I don't do much scouting or anything because, it's at the amateur level and there's really not much out there for us. I did watch his fight at bantamweight 135. I forgot what the other guy's name was, but yeah, I watched it and his he looks fast, his striking, his footwork looks good and everything. So I just gotta, work on the things I'm good at and not get into that mindset like my first fight where it's like all I wanted to do was strike. I worked on that for so long, so it's like I just wanted to strike, and then he just kept trying to grapple me, so it just threw me off my game. This one, I'm ready for it. Any area, grappling, striking, I feel good all around.
Now, given your wrestling chops, do you think that's going to be the biggest factor in this fight?
Yeah. If I use my wrestling, I think it definitely will help me a lot more because like I said, that first fight, I got so tired from that cage grappling. I just wasn't ready for that. But now I'm ready for it. So it's gonna be different. I'm excited for this fight.
Okay, and what do you think is the biggest takeaway from the first fight that you think is going to be most influential or most helpful in your second fight?
Uh, Probably my cardio, man. Cardio is like I gasped after the first minute in that fight. Like I wanted to quit so bad so many times. So it was just like all hard. Like I blanked out in the fight, right? Because I was just so tired. I didn't know really what was going on. So I watched the fight over like probably 20 times at least. It was like being that tired and being able to like just muscle memory in a way and do decent, come with the W still. It's like I can't, be too down on myself. So if I can go, all 3 rounds and not be fatigued in the first minute, like it's gonna be a whole different fight, whole different fighter basically. And that's what I'm ready to show.
Okay, and so you think cardio's been the biggest emphasis in this training camp specifically?
No, not cardio. I would say it's the big part of what I'm trying to do more because I didn't do much cardio from the other fight, but I would say just mixing it up good, like knowing where I'm good at and utilizing that to get my opponent tired or finding holes in this game.
Okay, and you've got the experience of going the distance in your very first fight, which
Yeah.
means to me that no matter how tired you get, because obviously you got pretty fucking tired, that your
Mm-hmm.
body can kind of just take over and get the W for you. So
Mm-hmm.
that you can go deep. You can take it into the later rounds if you need to. How
Yeah.
helpful do you think that is going through that in your first fight?
Yeah. Like I'm glad that my first fight went, all 3 rounds. Looking at it now, because if it was fast, I would have never learned that lesson. So I'm so glad it happened my first, my debut. That's what I learned so much from that fight. And it's helped me become so much better in a short amount of time. So yeah, I'm thankful for Jeremiah for actually pushing me, being an awesome opponent for my debut.
Well, that's good to hear. You're very humble, sir. The
Mhm.
next question I got for you is, what do you expect out of this fight?
What do I expect? Oh man, I try not to, expect too much because I expected a lot out of that first fight and it didn't go anything, the way I thought it was gonna go. I just kind of, I'm gonna go in there, feel it out, and then just the finals openings. I realize, you don't need to force things too much with mixed martial arts because there's just so many areas that are, there's openings everywhere because there's so much to defend. So it's just whoever gets the game plan and sticks through it, and fights through the adversity. It's gonna come out on top.
Okay, and in the gym, is there a whole lot of game planning, or is there just kind of just going with the flow, working on all facets? What's it been like in the gym these last couple weeks?
For me, my game plan has been definitely more grappling, controlling my opponent, wearing him out instead of, getting myself worn out on the cage, stuff like that. So definitely using my grappling more, but mixing it up with my striking and using more pressure. I tend to try to be like more uh, defensive or like counter attacks just to it's the fight games is crazy, so to last long you gotta be slick. But I just really I'm short, man. I'm 5'3". Everyone's probably gonna have longer reach than me and everything, so it's hard for me to stay on the outside. I've been trying to work more on pressuring my opponents and get into my attacks instead of waiting for the perfect counter and stuff.
100%. Well, I'm a shorty too, so don't sweat it.
Yeah.
And,
Exactly.
I got a couple inches on you, but that's about it, buddy. But I outweigh you by a lot. So that's one thing to take into consideration. But how did the weight cut go? Like the whole process. I mean, like you went through the whole thing. You had the first real weight cut, right? Which I'm sure the wrestling helped. And then you went the full distance. I mean, there was rehydration in between that. And we'll get to the victory meal here in a second. But like, how was the whole experience?
Oh, I didn't cut anyway for bantamweight 135. Like that morning I weighed 137. So the funny thing is I thought weigh-ins was like a lot later than what it was. So I was actually like dead last. They were waiting for me for I think a few hours. And I was like, I'll just get a sweat going before I head out since I'm already late. And yeah, I just put a sauna suit on, like jumped rope for 5 minutes real fast, and then cranked the heat on my drive up there. And I think I lost like 3 pounds on the way
Shit.
up there. Yeah, and that was easy, you know. That was nice. So 125 still won't even be that hard to cut at all, because you know I did it in college, and that was way harder because I was sucked down already, cutting down to 25. But yeah, um, hydration was easy, you know, because I barely cut any weight. And I didn't have to because I didn't know, you know, they actually give you 3 pound allowance.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I should have just left right away, you know. I'm pretty sure I weighed in at like 34 or something when I got there. So I should have just left right away, Colorado Springs, straight to Wyoming, because I forgot about the 3 pound allowance.
Yeah, but you know what? It speaks to your dedication, your commitment to the sport, and your opponent. You know what I mean? If
Mm-hmm.
even at the amateur level, you know, when I was fighting guys, we were coming in, you know, at or under. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So for me, it's more of a respect thing than hey, you got the allowance, use it thing. And some people may think differently than that. And I'm not saying that you know wrong, but for me, the fact that you went in there and you did your thing and came in under, like I give you mad props for that because you know you just finding out that you didn't have to. But I think if you know you were to do it again, you probably still would at least come in, you know, 136.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking about taking that allowance for the 125. Even though it won't be a hard cut, but it's like I kind of feel, you know, stupid in a way. It's like, hey, if they're gonna give it to me, why wouldn't I take it? You know what I mean? It's like, why are you gonna give them 3 pounds? It's kind of as like at the pro level, if they're gonna give you a pound allowance, like I'm gonna take that. You know what I mean? But I don't know. We'll see what happens when the day comes when I'm cutting.
Yeah,
But
I had a buddy that fought at the last card that I commentated for, or maybe it was the one before. I can't remember. My brain is mush at this point. But they were fighting at 130-pound catch weight because he's on his way down to flyweight. His kid is big, right? He's big. He's like 5'11", 6 foot. You know what I mean? All
yeah,
lanky, rangy motherfucker. And he came in at 128.
mhm,
So he said, you know, once he started to, you know, his weight cut, the weight just kept coming on. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So sometimes that happens, you know. And I mean, I'm thankful because if something goes wrong and you need those 3 pounds, I mean, especially at the amateur level, okay, if you need it,
yeah,
take it. But and for me personally, right, I couldn't. I'm coming in at 26 or you know 24 or whatever. You know what I
yeah,
mean? But I'm not knocking
mhm,
anybody who takes advantage of what they give you. It's there for a reason, right?
yeah, yeah, exactly.
But like I said, you got through the whole experience. You walked out of that fucking cage with a win. You got the
Mhm,
W, which at the end of the day, weight cut, miss, whatever, any of that does not matter. You got the W. That is the most important thing. That is what actually matters. So
yeah.
when they announced the decision, they raised your hand. You're the winner. What was going through your mind?
What was going? Just how tired I was, man. Dude, I couldn't like feel my legs, my arms. I thought it took like an hour, I think, for my body to feel better again. And during that time, I was like, man, I don't even know if I want to do this anymore. You know? Yeah, I was just like, I couldn't believe how tired I was. But my boy Daniel Aggrey, he was like, it's like, you know, it was an adrenaline dump. I didn't I didn't believe in adrenaline dump at that time, you know, because I wasn't like amped up or anything for the fight. You know, I was just calm and collected, you know, ready to go. I don't really get, you know, all psyched up or anything. So I don't know, man. Well, if that happens again this one, you know, I have to change careers or something. I'm just kidding.
No,
Just
it
more running, I guess.
yeah. Well, I can guarantee you that you're stuck with us for quite a while. We're not just going to get 2 fights out of you and let you go
Yeah.
that easy. Especially when you perform the way you do, and you know how your body just knows to take over. That's something that probably comes a lot from your wrestling days, right? All that muscle memory you were talking about, and just your will. No matter how much your brain says, get the fuck out of here, your body just said, no, sorry,
Hmm.
not gonna fucking happen. So, like I said, I think we'll get you for a few more.
Yeah.
But after the victory, right? So an hour goes by, the body's starting to feel normal again. You know, Joseph's feeling back to Joseph, right? So I gotta know. I gotta know. Okay, and this one's for me. Fuck everybody else. This is just my question, and it's just for me. Okay, I don't ask it for anybody else. What did you eat to celebrate your victory? What was the post-fight victory meal?
Um, I forgot where we went. It was a fast food spot because there wasn't really, you know, anything open by the time the all the fights were done. I think it was like something tacos. I forgot what it's called. It was all right, man. It wasn't anything special. You know what I mean? I when I was eating it, I was just like, it's better than none. But I wish that, you know, I'd rather have like a cooked meal or something. Cause I really don't like eat out too much, you know. So
Sure,
it was all right. I forgot what it was called. I believe it was like only one of the few places still open at that time.
okay. Well, tacos are, they're good, but you gotta have
Yeah.
good tacos.
Yeah, no, I forgot I forgot the name, man. But I actually got like these two burritos. I don't
Okay.
remember what they were. Yeah. I felt
Two,
like
not just one.
ass afterwards. Two of them. Two of them. Yeah, I felt like ass afterwards.
Okay. Well, okay. So how did the family react when you got home and, everybody knows you were coming home a winner? Like, what was the reaction like? How did everybody react, when you got to see him when you got home?
Uh, there wasn't a celebration or anything because I didn't really go back. Um, after the fight, because my boy Dan was with me, we actually drove back to my house in the Springs, and then the next morning we drove to Albuquerque, and started training again. Well, he did. I had actually had a hairline fracture in my hand that fight.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so I couldn't train for like almost a month and a half or something. So I didn't even go see my family or anything or the gym, you know what I mean, until I got back. But by that time, other fighters have already fought and stuff like that. So it was nothing.
Okay. Okay. But they were pretty supportive and happy for you still.
Yeah, through messaging, yeah, they were supportive. It's they were asking me why I wasn't doing stuff. You know how like some casual fans are like, why did you just choke him? Stuff like that. I was like, cause my arms are dead. I couldn't feel them. It's hard to choke someone when you're gassed like that.
100%. I feel that.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good. Now, this is a big event. There's, a concert, the weigh-ins, they're making a big deal out of the ceremony. And then, of course, we get the fights and whatever else Sparta brings to this Army versus Marines. Like I said, hopefully yours truly, if everything works out, is there. Because I'd love to see you fight in person. That'd be fucking awesome. Rep the flyweights very well. I'm stoked. But, this thing is going to be a big deal, and there's going to be a lot going into it. So are you going to be like, are you going to go to the concert, or are you just going to go there, make weight and fight and bounce?
Uh, I really don't know. Yeah, probably. When's the concert? Is it Friday?
I think it's the 26th.
Oh, so it's Saturday. So it's
Wait, I
either.
don't know. I think it's the day before the weigh-ins, and then you have the weigh-ins, and then you have the fights. So however that works out in that time frame.
Yeah. No, I probably won't be going to the concert then if it's Friday or stuff. Maybe it depends because after I weigh in, get hydrated, eat up. If there's a lot of time, yeah, if there's a concert, I'll probably go check it out or something. But if it's Saturday, probably not. Probably just head out. 'Cause I think one of my good friends from high school is actually coming to watch me fight too. So yeah, and he's got a fight like the next morning, Sunday morning, so the 27th. So I'll probably have to drive him back, to the airport. I probably won't do nothing too crazy Saturday night.
Gotcha. Okay, and then remind me, your last fight, were there fans in attendance?
Yeah, there was. There was actually a lot more than I thought there was gonna be.
Okay, well, yeah, probably like quadruple that, and that's what we're gonna have at this event. And like I said, it's a big card. So, how did that feel fighting in front of fans? Because the last year or so, Emmys didn't really get a chance to fight in front of fans. Do you think it made a difference in your performance?
No, I don't like a lot of that stuff doesn't get to me at all, like pressure, any of that stuff. I just kind of, I'm always in the mindset like I'm going against myself in a way. I'm just trying to, be better than I was last time in there. So I don't get too worked up about fans or not. Yeah, it's probably cool when you're at the highest level, hearing fans cheer for you and stuff. But at the level I'm at, it doesn't bother me at all if there's fans or not.
Well, I could tell you there's going to be a lot, and I think I have an idea of why you don't get worked up so much. Is you're too fucking smart. You're too fucking smart. You're a smart man in a dumb man sport. Let me tell you.
Hey, yeah, maybe, maybe, man. No,
But
I usually,
nonetheless, man, we're very excited to see you perform again.
yeah, I'm excited too, man. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. So, as you're planning this deal, right? Afterwards, because we're planning on going home with the W. How often do you want to keep fighting?
How often?
Yeah, like
Right
how
in
many fights do you want to get per year?
Oh, I just know I got a real busy summer, so it's like I'll be traveling back home to Wisconsin a lot. So, like, I once I'm like in, that zone where it's like I don't want to miss training. It's like I want to fight, but it's like if I have to, keep missing training, like I don't want to fight until at least I can get back in there for 2 weeks straight or something. I don't know. I like to be, in that zone before I fight. But I don't know, man. If everything goes good, maybe definitely one more. If I win that, I'll probably go pro. I don't know. I don't want to look too far ahead, but at least two more fights, three probably for the year. 2 to
Okay,
3
so
more
now
before the year ends.
you see what we got to do is we got to walk back this conversation now, right? Because you told me you don't want to do this no more, but you're already predicting that you're going to go pro, buddy. See?
I'm saying if like I gas out in the first minute again, then I'm like I gotta change something up. You know what I mean?
Well, I guarantee you all that would change is something in the gym because you're not going away, buddy. You're not going away. You're
Nah,
too skilled, even at this level, right? Just want to know in the AMI, you're too skilled, you're too smart. You'll find a way to keep yourself in the sport. I think so.
yeah. I got a lot of I got a lot of fighters that are friends at high levels too, so it's kind of hard to step away from it. And,
Well,
and I
not only
truly
that, but I'm
enjoy
pretty
it.
sure they're telling you the same thing I am. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? when you're fucking good at something, you don't just simply walk away, buddy.
Yeah. That's true, but
You know what I'm saying? So now what we got to do here is we got to do a better part on planning the post-fight victory meal after this one, right? So that way, when I ask you, we can go on a 10, 15-minute tangent on everything you ate down to the last detail.
yeah. Well, the thing was, I didn't cut any weight. You know what I mean? So I didn't have like, I don't have like that sweet tooth or anything. I'm not
I
craving
don't know.
anything.
Wait, I got a sweet tooth 24/7.
I mean, man, I usually eat healthy, so I don't crave too much. You know what I mean?
You know what I do with salads? I punch them in the fucking face. That's not true. I
Hey,
actually enjoy salads, but you know what I mean. I don't have to cut weight, so and I don't have to fight either, so I don't have to maintain a certain body type and all that
Yeah.
stuff. So I eat ice cream whenever the fuck I want, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's good. I wish I liked ice cream more. I only like it like, hot summer days. Other than that, I don't really ice cream
Really?
too much. Yeah.
Really? See, I could eat ice cream in the fucking middle of Alaska. I don't give a shit.
No, I definitely could do that.
As long as I got some, hot coffee or some hot cocoa on the side.
Yeah,
My sister lives in Alaska, and she tells me it's really fucking cold.
yeah, I bet.
All right, so outside of fighting, right? Outside of fighting, remind me what you do for work.
I don't work now. I just started training full time,
What?
Yeah.
Damn.
I've been putting that work in, man.
That's what's up. Okay, so
Yeah.
now you don't have a choice. We keep coming back to this. Now you don't have a choice. You can't
Yeah.
quit because this is your job. And, dedicating 100% of yourself at the amateur level, not only is it ballsy, but that tells me like you're fucking all in, buddy.
hmm Yeah, man. It's like I can't really, if I'm doing something, doing, 100%, especially something like fighting. You can't do this part time and be successful. And
I can
yeah,
attest to that. I can attest to that. I didn't do it full time and I was extremely unsuccessful.
exactly. Especially, the fighters nowadays, all of them are basically full time training. That is your job.
Okay, so what is the support system like now that we're full time?
It's not bad. I'm just living paycheck to paycheck, but I have, the things that you need to survive. So, and my expenses are real low because I have roommates. Things I can't complain too much. You know what I mean? I'm not like some fighters, where they're just, you know, living at the gym, stuff like that. I still got a roof over my head. Still got nice cooked food and stuff like that.
Well, I was talking to a buddy of mine and he asked, how things were going with the family. And I had to stop and think about it for a second because I'm like, okay, roof, check. Clothes, check. Food,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like shit, we're good. Like,
Yeah,
kind of, the bare essentials, like, the necessities. I don't need internet, but I got it. I don't need a fucking 75-inch TV, but I got it. You know what I
yeah,
mean? But those weren't the things that I was thinking about when I was asked that question. So, I mean, as long as you got what you need to survive, like shit, I'm good. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So I can understand what you're saying.
yeah. And Sparta probably doesn't know this, but yeah, I was in the army, so I'm a veteran. I did infantry, so it's like I don't need much to survive. You know what I mean? I got everything I need. I got a beat up car. It still gets me to the gym and back, so I can, as long as I'm
Okay.
able to train, I'm good.
Now, is Sparta aware that you're Army veteran?
I don't think they are. That's all right. I like to keep that in the DL.
Okay, well then I will not make a mention of it because that would be some heavily promotional material there for you.
Yeah. Yeah,
especially
maybe.
on this card.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So you got to go in there and secretly represent the Army. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I'm rooting for the Army. You know.
Well, that's awesome, man. Well, dude, like I said, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on again. One of the more composed interviews, but I mean, you're brilliant, man. You're brilliant, and I can't fucking wait to see you fight again. You know what I mean? Not everybody's got to be loud and obnoxious to be, an attention grabber. You definitely grabbed my attention, especially from our first interview, because it was, you know, fucking an intelligent interview. Not everybody has to be a dummy like me. You know what I'm saying? So,
You're
uh,
not a dummy.
yeah, well, you sometimes, but hey, it is what it is. But like
Yeah.
I said, you caught my attention, and then your performance. I mean, shit, you fucking walked out of there with the W, and now we're going to the flyweights, which gives me another reason to root for you. I mean, so for me, shit, I'm all in. Count me in. Team Her, what's up?
Yes.
So, um,
Awesome.
but before I do let you go this time around, if you have any anybody you'd like to shout out, training partners, coaches, sponsors, management companies, go ahead, man. Take the floor.
Yeah. Gosh, I keep wishing that like I made a list or something so I could give everyone credit. But yeah, to thank obviously my gym, Victory MMA, Coach Gilbert, my training partners there. So there's Hector, there's Dylan, Elijah, Alonzo, Ronnie. He's a new pro fighter we just got from Hawaii. So
Nice.
yeah. My boy Dan Argetta. Yeah, if you know anything about him, he just got back from the Ultimate Fighter.
Oh
Fighter.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit. All right.
Yeah. June 1st, first episode.
I'm gonna watch it.
Bantamweight. Dan Argetta. Just him. Who else? Cody. Cody. We just say, well, he's in Albuquerque. What's his? It's like Rivers. Yeah, Rivers. Cody Rivers. Um, D3 defense. Yeah, I think that's about all of them. Top of my head. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if anybody was missed, just know they're on the list.
Yes, yes. I appreciate everyone that's helped me.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, I'm sure no one's feelings were hurt because I think everybody is just really excited to see you get back there and do your thing, especially on a big card. Sparta is, I mean, they're stacking this thing. It's going to be huge. And I know that, come June 1st, they'll start ramping up promotion pretty heavily, like they usually do. And it's going to be a stellar card. And it wouldn't be without some flyweights. So, again, thank you very much for coming on the show for round 2. We'll get a round 3 after your victory, my man, competing Joseph Hurd. He competes at Sparta Army versus Marines 12 over it's still over at Cheyenne, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. Yeah, so it's still going to be over in Cheyenne, Wyoming. It's going to be awesome. Like I said, like 3 fucking times, hopefully. Yours truly will be in the building and, we can have some fun, and shake hands in person instead of virtual. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
All right, man. So first things first, stay safe in the gym. Okay, don't get hurt. The first fight is the weight cut. However you got to do it to get it done. Do your thing, but be safe about it. And then again, like I said, on the 26th, we'll see you do your thing, handle your business.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Thank you for having me here again.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. All right. So until next time, we'll be seeing you.
Have a good one.